chat between either players in the lobby there. This is Akilon. Wastes or flats?
Wastes.
Wastes. All right, just wanted to make sure there.
I'm sorry that I only wrote the word Akilon. I'm sorry.
The paper actually that we read a lot of our matches from, it had Whirlwind as the ace match, so a little bit of an error, but S&M smart enough, he was able to figure that out. Anyway, spawning in the top left-hand position, the KT player, Lee Young-ho, it is Flash.
His opponent spawning in the bottom right position. Spawning as Blue Protoss, playing for Samsung Khan. His name is Jangbi, also known as Ho Youngmu.
Does Jangbi have any nicknames besides Jangbang?
Besides Jangbang, well, you got the nickname Hononim, which is just like saying, you know, he's the god of Protoss, or he's the Jesus of Protoss, basically.
Well, he did kind of like, he was doing really good, and then he died off, and then he like rose back from the dead, essentially, to win the last 2 OSLs. So
that is quite true.
Can we call him the Jesus Toss now?
I don't know. I mean, it's questionable. If you want to use that name, if you want to use the nickname. I mean, he's also known for his really amazing psionic storms back in Brood War.
That is true.
If you guys haven't watched the video, watch Jangbi versus Nada. I think it was on Othello.
I think if you just like Google Jangbi storms, you should be able to find
that too. That was like Jangbi versus Nada. Those storms were fantastic.
Yeah, looks like we have a little bit of stats down here
at Yongsan Esports Stadium. By average, on average, they get about 6.8 games. So for most of the times, you go to ace match.
Ah, okay. I was like 6.8. That's kind of a weird number there, but okay.
Well, they're trying to average everything out, you know. It's 34/5.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah.
You know, math here and there.
You were captain of the math team.
Here's funny thing. That means 5 of the games that we casted when OG1 was doing the Pro League, 4 of them went to the ace match.
Ah, wow. All right, guys, let's go ahead and look into the game here. Notice that Flash, he took that gas, and he's going for the Reaper first. And Jangbi, go ahead.
It's a great start for the Reaper because, you know, sometimes it's just easy to get inside the main base, move around much faster than the Stalker in the Mothership Core, see what your opponent has, and take an expansion right after. So, you know, you spend some gas into it. You don't have to get the gas constantly right after, but it's just a small investment getting a Reaper right after the Marine. I really like this build by Terran players. Pretty much it's a standard these days.
Definitely. It's either this or going for a fast factory or going for the CC first build. Just all very, very common openers from Terran. And then they all have their place and they're all viable.
Yeah, and with this build, you get a reactor. There we go. He does get the reactor right after, getting the bunker to not show what he is going for.
Yep, Jangbi also noticeably he only has 2 probes on each Vespene Geyser as well, so he's not going to go too heavy into the tech. He'll probably take an expansion, and then after that, maybe we'll see some type of cool tech from him.
Oh yeah, both players opening up really standard.
Oh, a little bit of a mistake by Jangbi there, not controlling his Stalker to the best, but I don't think he would have killed that Reaper anyway. It's just a little bit too fast.
And it's going to regen, no problem.
Reapers, of course, they're infested in Heart of the Swarm. They can regenerate their health.
I don't know how they do it. It's like medic inside the Reaper, so it's like 2 person inside the 1 suit.
It's like 2 bios, 1 suit, I guess. All right, so it looks like Jangbi has 2 Stalkers now to defend against this Reaper aggression here. Calm down, Supernova Maniac. That was a PG joke.
Yeah, we kept it PG.
Kept it PG.
That's all that matters.
Got to do it for the kids out there that like to watch Pro League.
Okay, so the reason why Flash went for the really early engineering bay is against the Oracles, and even if you get a lot of Marines out, once you stack up the Oracles, it's really hard to defend against the Oracle. That's why you need the turrets. Now look at this, the Reaper still being alive and scouting what his opponent is going for. This is the reason why Reaper openings are so popular these days.
The Reaper opening definitely just, you get so much good scouting information. It's almost bad to not go for the Reaper, I feel, nowadays. And Jangbi, he is able to scout that expansion from Flash, so at least he will know about that. And he was even able to deny a little bit of mining time as well. So, you know, I have to say things right now are still essentially very even. Jangbi going with a very safe opening, getting the Robo and the 3 gateways. So, I mean, he'll be able to defend against anything weird that Flash tries to throw at him over the next 5 minutes or so.
But at least Flash knows that it's a Robotech, while Jangbi, he's playing in the dark.
Yeah, Jangbi is playing a little bit in the dark. Also, Flash, look at that +1 attack upgrade. It's going to be done before I feel forges even get built.
Oh yeah, that's a really great thing about going for the engineering bay is you could defend against the oracles, and the +1 is going to finish really soon. But look at this, Jangbi, he's getting an immortal. So Jaehoon, excuse me, Argo, I remember, said that you cannot defend against the immortal push on this map, especially if you take down the rocks on the right side of the natural.
That's very
true. So is he gonna go for the same build that Argo did a few days ago?
That's a good question here. It really depends on how much probes that Jangbi makes, because if he decides to cut probes pretty soon here, then it's pretty much going to guarantee that. And also, we have a Stalker moving over here, going to kill off that Marine. I think that he needs to deny as much scouting information as possible.
Yeah, and he's taking over that area just to make sure that he doesn't have anything, you know, hidden in that area. And here we go, more Immortals coming out. The probe is moving out on the map, and it's right outside of the base.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Here we go.
Here we go. We're going to be seeing a very similar move that Argo did earlier in Pro League. Same map, same matchup.
Well, the difference now is that the stim is almost done. The +1 is already finished. And remember last time the stim was already done and the Terran player didn't use the stim until the very last second when it didn't matter at all?
That is true.
So we might see something different happen, but it also depends on the force field micro.
Yeah, it's going to come down to just basically Jangbi's control here. How good can he control against these units?
Well,
will he hit before the shield upgrade as well?
Well, shield upgrade, okay, but the biggest problem is the medevacs.
Yes, the medevacs, they're coming out now.
He needs to hit it right now.
Jangbi has to go right now. Here he is. He's going to move in right now. Flash knows exactly what's going on here. The stim goes down. There's a lot of Marines, but there are no Marauders. And now, time warp going on. A lot of those Marines, a lot of SCVs getting sniped off as well. Jangbi looking very strong here. Another excellent time warp on so many of these units here. Great force fields going down, but the Zealot count, it is dwindling for our Protoss player.
Well, he still has the 2 Immortals left alive, which means that the Marauders are nothing, and all he needs to do is take out the Marines. Look at this. He killed. Now his opponent only has up to 25 SCVs. He doesn't have any units, only 3 Marines and 1 Marauder.
That is not enough units for Flash here. Jangbi moving in here. He's going for the killing blow. Even if this attack fails, look at the worker difference count now. It is 46 probes to 23 SCVs, and now we have
no,
the coach is flipping out.
With the Observer alive, he could still see it, and look at the medevac. He's gonna try to save some of the... He's trying to save the mules, but he doesn't realize that the mules do not get into the medevac, and with the vision, with the Observer, he could see the units on top of the ramp. The Immortals are still alive and well.
Yeah, things are just looking really gruesome for Flash right now. 48 to 85 supplies right now. There are medevacs out, but just 50 probes, 24 SCVs, 1-1 on the way for Jangbi, also going for that Twilight Council, adding more gateways on as well. This game is his, the win, and oh, a little bit of a miss micro here, losing both of those Immortals, and he will lose a lot of these units here, and Flash, if he's going to make an attack happen, it's got to be now.
The biggest mistake is that he didn't set up the ramp and he didn't force field correctly. So now he has some Zealots in the Stalkers, but all Flash needs to do is micro, and Jangbi, he shouldn't actually engage here. He should sacrifice 2 or 3 Zealots just to make sure that the Stalkers can go back to his home.
This is going to be very crucial for Flash here. He has to do a good amount of damage, but we have the Mothership Core.
We do have the Mothership Core. We don't know how much energy is left on the Mothership Core, but look at the economy situation. 50 probes to 26 SCVs, and it's not like Flash went for the faster command center, so he cannot replenish the SCVs so quickly. And look at this, Jangbi is prepared for everything. With the double upgrades, he could, you know, transition into the late game. He has 3 Stalkers back at his main base for the medevac drop.
Exactly, so having those Stalkers there are going to help out a lot versus potential drops. That's one way the Terran player can get back into this game. But Flash, I have a feeling like he just wants to go straight for the heart of his opponent here. He has a very small timing window. Charge is almost complete though. 1-1 is almost complete. Once these upgrades finish, there's going to be absolutely nothing Flash can do against this army. And even Jangbi building a proxy pylon, going to do his trademark Zealot run-bys.
It's a mistake for Flash to push up right now. He should take a really fast third. That's the best thing that he could do while trying to drop at the middle line, trying to get many Marines as possible, but his #1 priority is to save all of his units.
Yeah, right now, even though Jangbi is pretty far ahead in supplies, a lot of that supply advantage is in the probe count right now. So the armies are actually not too far away from each other, but now Flash moving in, trying to do a drop at the natural here, forcing his opponent's unit out of position here, going to lift up those units, and actually a little bit of a mistake there.
Well, it's not a mistake. He was actually trying to draw away the focus fire from the Nexus Cannon, away from the medevacs to the drop army. So it's a really smart play by Flash, and he tried to stay there as long as possible with a little cute micro trick.
All right, so Jangbi going to be using his Zealots here to try to run past Flash's defenses here. So smart. He's going to be able to run in and do a lot of economic damage here. Flash already so far behind, and this is going to force him to essentially run back or commit to an attack he doesn't want to commit to.
Yeah, even if he runs back, Jangbi, that means he bought enough time to get the storms out.
Exactly, and once Jangbi has storms, well, I'm not exactly sure if there's anything that our Terran player can do in this position. At least he is staying pretty even on the upgrades overall. But, oh man, that command center getting completely obliterated here. So many SCVs have been killed by these Zealots. They've actually done way more damage than they should have.
And here comes Jangbi. He's slowly moving out on the map with his charge loss and sentries. +2/+2 are also on the way. Seems like the upgrade is similar except for the defense upgrade, armor upgrade for Flash, and now the storms are ready. So can we see the godly Jangbi?
Well, we have a huge engagement here. Charge Lots advancing on the bio there, but moving back a little bit. Zero, excellent storm going down on that huge bioforce there, taking a lot of them down. Another good storm going off. Flash, he is running away now. His units are getting so low on health here, and Jangbi, he's just barreling in to this main force here. 2-2 for him is complete. Flash, he is not looking happy about this situation. I think that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. There's nothing left for Flash. 140 supply, the 78, another amazing storm going down on these units here. More amazing Jangbi storms. That's going to be it. GG!
Amazing play by Jangbi, going for the immortal push, and that wasn't the end. He knew that Flash is a fantastic player, and he could still come back and win the game. That's the reason why he got the double forge up, went for the Twilight Council, went for the storms, looked towards the mid-game, and there was no way that Flash could have came back if Jangbi dragged it into the mid-game.
Flash obviously not happy. He lost 2 days in a row.
2 games in a row.
2 games in a row against Jangbi.
And 3 games